Okay. Hi everybody. In today's class, I am going to, you know, give line by line explanation of the poem My Mother at 66, right? What is the name of the poem? My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. Who is it written by? Who is this poem written by? Kamala Das. But before I start, okay, giving you understood information or giving you explanation of the entire poem, line by line explanation of the entire poem, I would like you to learn a little about the poems or the poet. Kamala Das was a South Indian girl. She was born on 31st March 1934. When was she born? On 31st March 1934. She married a doctor at the age of 50. She was the only poet, I think, in the world to admit that she had multiple relationships. Understood? She died in 2009, and that is also 31st. She died on 31st May. Understood? March, April, May. 31st May 2009. Is that clear? During her lifetime, she not only got rewarded for her contribution to not only in English literature, Indian English literature, but also in Indian languages, for literature in Indian languages. Understood? For her writings, novels in Malayalam. Understood? And she was one of the most famous writers, poets, playwright. Understood? In But if I don't tell whether, if I don't give you a little more information about who she was and whether she accepted Islam or not, I must say yes. She was known by the name Suraya, understood, and she accepted Islam at the nearly when she was nearly at the end of her, when she was an old, she accepted Islam, understood, and she became a Muslim woman. Okay, and she was called Suraya, understood. Now, let us come to the point. The reason why I must tell you that I love this poem is the poem talks about the reality of life. Understood? What is the reality of life? The reality of life is behind every smile on every face there is an ache to the human eyes. Maybe you celebrate a festival or other good time in your life. Understood? The reason why, if you look for the reason why we get the chance, understood, to smile to our heart's content, to laugh to our heart's content, is only because of our previous, understood, experience of a very bad time in our life. You got into the worst problems, understood, and you got into big trouble, and you understood the reality of life. And when you understood the reality of life, and the reality, maybe the pain, some past pain, sorrow, unhappiness, understood, might have, made your life hell, and you understood what pain was. But when you are free, understood, suppose you didn't fear, understood the problems, and you went ahead. Maybe admitting that life is a mixture of joy and sorrow. If you have experienced sorrow, maybe you will have a good time in future when you will get the chance to smile. Understood? So, so our past, painful past, understood, will one will end one day. Understood? If we do not, if we are not afraid, understood, of the problems of life. And the great people, understood, actually just look at the life of the great people, understood. We give it importance when there are many people who have come to this world only to enjoy their existence, understood, to enjoy their identity, to enjoy their life, understood, to their to the existence on earth as a human being, to their heart's content, without any pain, sorrows. But life is not like that. The reality is if you are born, you have to die. If you are born, you have to die. You cannot say that I am here forever. We all have to go sooner or later. So never think like if you are born, you are not going to die. Even our mothers, daddies, who actually are upbringing us, understood, who are rearing us with love and care, understood, sending us to university, schools, colleges, understood, will not leave us one day. They also are aging, means they are also growing old. And when it will be their time to live, they will live. They will not think twice before leaving us, because their time to leave the world has come. When their time to leave the world will come, and they will not wait for us, only because they loved us and they brought us to this world, and they should be by our side as long as we live. No, it's not like that. Man is mortal. Nobody is going to live in this world. Everybody has to leave this world sooner or later. Understood? Never think like that, I am born and I am not going to go. You are to go. Either today or tomorrow. Sooner or later, we all have to go. Understood? So, and I want to tell you, the great men, understood? Actually, the problem is a source of happiness. Hello? If the problem is not a source of happiness, I want to tell you, when Jesus was being crucified, understood? Jesus said to God, he was accepted as a representative of God, understood? He was accepted as a representative of God. People saw him as a representative of God, and that's why accepted him, understood, as Father Jesus, God Jesus, isn't it? So when Jesus was being murdered or being crucified, Jesus said to God, God, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. What does it mean? You are experiencing acute pain because nails are being hammered, understood, and the blood is oozing out of your wound, and you are saying, forgive them. Is it possible for us human beings to say things like that? It is only possible for those who are aware of the reality of life, understood? And the great people are always aware of the reality, the pathetic, understood, or the reality of our existence. What is the reality of our existence? If you are born, if you are experiencing unhappiness, you are just waiting for happiness to come. You cannot kill entire life, you cannot spend your entire life, understood, feeling sad, because God gives us both joy and happiness. If you have experienced unhappiness today, tomorrow you are sure that there will be happiness, as life is a mixture of both joy and sorrow. Is that clear? Have I been able to? So In this poem, Kamala Das's mother, understood, was an old lady. How old was she? She was 66. Understood. And whenever she went to her house, she had to she had to drive the car. Understood. They had a car. Parents, when you are using parents, understood, parents house, what does it mean? Either father, parent stands for either father, parent, P-A-R-E-N-T, understood. What it means is either father or mother, understood. She paid a visit to her mother's house, and she says her mother is an old lady now, and she is now ill, understood. And her mother, wanted to see her off at the airport, Cochin. And Kamala Das started riding the car, understood. And she was riding the car very fast. She was riding it with her mother sitting beside her on the front seat with her mouth slightly open. Due to old age, the old people, understood, sleep with their mouth slightly open, understood. And that is exactly what happened to her mother when she was sitting next to her on the front seat of the car when they were inside. When she was started riding the car, understood, and going towards the airport, her eyes fell on her and she felt very sad. Why? Hello? If you look at your mother and if she gets old, and if you are driving towards airport with your mother sitting beside you, with her mouth slightly open, understood, and dozing, understood, will not her condition sadden you? Won't you feel sad seeing her like that? Because what we know is that we all love our parents more than our life, isn't it? Because our parents, take care of us. They rear us from a very early age with love and care. Understood? So, they are the special people in our life. And we don't want them to feel sad, even for a second. Because they are the source of our happiness. If you look for happiness in this world, if you look for happiness in money, if you look for happiness in other things, no, it's not like that. We also can feel happy when we see that our parents are okay. If they are physically fit and mentally alert, suppose if you have a brother, listen to me, if you have a brother, and that brother, understood, was a source of your unhappiness. Why? That brother was not doing well, understood, he was not getting good job, suddenly got a good job. And suddenly he also decides to marry. When you have seen your brother, understood, found her a beautiful girl, and during his wedding party, won't you dance? Why will you dance? Tell me. The reason is you are happy and you are celebrating what? His freedom from his pain of life, joblessness that you have seen. Previously he didn't get a job, isn't it? You saw him unemployed, then you saw him getting a job, you saw him doing a job, and now you want to see him happy with his life companion, isn't it? That's why you are what? Celebrating what? His married life, isn't it? Am I right or not? During his wedding party you are dancing. Why? Why are you dancing? All the family members are dancing. The reason is we all are celebrating his what? The best time of his life. You are celebrating his success, his freedom from his painful past, joblessness, unemployment, isn't it? Right? And today he is happy, he is married, he will have children, he will take a lot of responsibilities, send them to good schools, then he will one day become an old man. Then he, leaving his kids, grown up kids, he has to leave this world. This is the cycle of life. Right or not? This will go on and on and on and on like this. This is life, the hard reality of life. So what this poem teaches us that This poem teaches us that life is a mixture of joy and sorrow, and we need to admit it. Today, if you have a father, understood, and if he is living with you, if you think that my father is going to be there with me all his life, no, it's not like that. The man who has brought me to this world will get old one day, understood, and when it will be his time to say goodbye, he has to, and you have to accept. I know it is very painful to accept the departure, understood, or the death of our nearest and dearest ones. But when you understand that every man is mortal, man is mortal, clear, we all have to leave this world sooner or later, then you have to live with it. You will learn to live with it. What is it? It stands for the reality. Don't feel sad. Even if you have lost the dearest ones or not. Like I have, few days back I have lost the dearest ones or not. And 30 years back I had lost the most, what can I say, the most important person, my father. And my father, like second brother, left us 10 years back. And my youngest brother, he was also like a father to me, because elder brothers are like our fathers, isn't it? They also take care of us, provided the elder brothers are very good. And as I belong to a joint family, naturally they, loved us, treated us as if we were their sons. And I feel sad, but I have to accept the hard reality of life, isn't it? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, with his ailing mother, listen to me, with her ailing mother beside her on the front seat of her car, she was going towards the Cochin airport. Do you get it? And her mother was dozing or sleeping, was asleep with her mouth slightly open. This bad situation of her mother, bad condition of her mother, understood, saddened her, made her very sad. Actually, at that time, she understood that ache, to understand. Even the children also feel pain. When, every time when you are baby, even I myself felt this. When I was a little child, whenever I didn't see my mother, understood, when every time she was out of sight, I used to cry. Like all the babies in the world, understood? I used to cry. It means what? Our parents are the most beautiful people in our life, special people. We don't want them to go out of sight. Understood? That's why they are the dearest person on earth, and they are the sources of our happiness. Even the other day, my brother's son was saying, his parents putting him under me. They left the house and they came in the evening. But the son, maybe for 2-3 hours, didn't say anything. But after that, he started asking for his parents. Where are they? Where is my mom? Where is my dad? When will they come back? That's how, he started, troubling me, started making me feel sad. I had to make many phone calls to them just to make them come as quickly as possible, because I can keep him happy for 1, 2, 3 hours, but not the whole day, isn't it? They need their parents, and parents are sources of their permanent happiness. Understood? I cannot feel the vacuum. Understood? Clear? Created by the absence of their parents. Do you get it? Understood? So, it was natural for her, the familiar ache. Ache means the pain that we all children feel due to absence, due to, the absence of our parents when we are children. Even when we are grown up, we actually want our parents to be around us. But a mother can be free the day that particular boy gets a new woman in his life. Understood? After your marriage, you will feel a little free. Understood? But the tie of love between son, understood, and parents, daughter and parents, is so immense that the sons cannot stand the separation. even after their marriage also. And this is why, but these days, the modern day girls or women, wives, they actually cannot stand it, and that's why so many parents are being sent to the old age homes. Do you understand what I'm saying? There are many educated boys and girls, understood, especially boys, understood. They have to send their parents to the old age homes due to pressure of them by their wives. Their wives do not, they say that I cannot live with you if you let your parents live with you. Send them to old age home, understood? Then you can live with them. And the children are bound. Even if they don't want, they are bound. Do you understand? Now I have made you understand what is the poem all about, and now I am going to explain this poem. Okay, line by line explanation. So the poem is My Mother at 66 by Kamala Das. I have told you about the poet. Driving home from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning, I saw my mother beside me. Kamala Das says that driving home from my parents means here either father or mother, but she mentioned, understood, her mother, naturally from her mother's house. Clear? She left her mother's house, where making with her mother on the front seat. Understood? On the front seat of the car. And where were they going? They were going towards Cochin Airport. Understood? Driving from my parents' home to Cochin last Friday morning. And what was the time? It was morning of last Friday. Understood? On the morning of last Friday. You get it? Then I saw my mother beside me, and she says that she saw her mother beside her. Beside her, she was on the driver's seat and her mother was on the seat next to her on the front seat. You get it? And now, doors open mouth, her face ashen like that of a corpse, and realized with a pain that she was as old as she looked. You know, if you look at the explanation of these lines, what it means is, she saw her mother beside her. How did she look like? Dozed. She was sleeping. Understood? And what kind of slumber was it? It was the slumber of an old age woman. Understood? The old woman, open mouth. It means her mouth was, she was sleeping with her mouth slightly open mouth. Understood? And then her face ashen. Her face ashen means pale. Understood? Colorless. White. Understood? Pale. Ashen means pale. Her face ashen like that of a corpse. It means corpse means dead body. Actually, her mother is compared to a dead body. Now, the condition of her mother is so bad that she is left with no alternative except to compare her ailing body to that of a dead body. Do you get it? Understood? Her ailing condition was like that of a dead body. Do you understand? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Do you need this to listen to? Is it audible? How many people joined?
25.
What?
25.
Okay. Understood now. And she, like that of corpse, and realized with pain. And now she realizes with pain. Why is she feeling pain? Hello? Why does she feel pain? Why is she experiencing pain? Can you tell me? Hello? Why is she experiencing pain? Tell me. Now tell me. You have to come quickly because I need you to understand this. And now, like that of a corpse and realized with pain. Here, when we see our nearest and dearest ones, understood, suffering from a very bad disease, when we see them, suffering from very an ailment. Understood? When we see them near at death's door, near death, when we see them unhappy, understood, suffering from a disease, incurable disease, we all feel sad. And that is the reason, she actually, Kamala Das realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. It means she was as old as she looked. What it means is she was very old. And due to her old age, things like that are happening. What is this? When she fell asleep, she fell asleep with her mouth slightly. Is that clear? Understood? So, here, this is the reason the poet says that realized with pain that she was as old as she looked. It means she was really an old lady. She really became an old lady. And that's the reason when she fell asleep, she is now sleeping with her mouth slightly open. When we all, this will happen with almost all of us. It happens with the old people when they sleep with their mouths slightly open. You look at them. If you don't believe me, you have to just look at them, and this is the reality of life. Okay, you understood? Now, here we get coordinating conjunction. But means this is the world that she described. This is the world of a sadness. Understood? Now she gave through these lines up to this, she was as old as she looked. Up to this, we understood that the poetess Kamala Das drove her mother to Cochin airport with her ailing mother, and she felt very sad for the bad condition of her. Understood? And this is why, and now she has to change. In this world, if you are alive, suppose I have lost my brother. Understood? I loved him so much. I had immense love for him. But did his death, understood, take all the members of the family with him? Did all the members die because of his death? No. Why? Because it was time for him to go and he had to go. This is the truth of life. Cycle of life. When it is our time, we have to go. Nobody can be alive permanently. Understood? So we all accept that we accept the truth of life, the reality of life. And the reality of life is that when it is our time, we have to go. Understood? However hard you may try to stay back, you cannot. So here, the poet, as she accepted the truth of life, that's why she says, but soon put that thought away. What thought? What thought? The familiar ache, the pain of separation from our parents. Now she had brought her mother to the airport, and what will she do? Will not she tell the driver, hey driver, now you have to drive her home. You have to drive my mother home because I have to go. And airport is a symbol of separation. It is also an image. Airport is an image. You understand? What is needed to be done in the airport? Do you know? Hello? Did you fly? Did you go anywhere by plane? If possible, go. It will give you a lot of experience. Now I want to tell you. You have to wait for, you have to leave the car at the airport, and you have to, if you are as her mother, understood, had to come to the airport to see her off at the airport. Naturally, what? This is a place, airport is a place of separation from her nearest and dearest mother, right or not? From her loving mother. She has to leave her loving mother. Maybe she loved her immensely, loved her very much, understood. But the truth of life is that she has to go to her own home because she is also a poet. Understood? She has husband, she has children. That's why she cannot what? Maybe maybe we come to see our own parents, but we have our family to go back to. And now it means leaving the car at the airport. What does it mean? Or leaving her mother in the car? What does it mean? Tell me. Hello. What does it mean? It means she also has to what? Accept the reality. What is accepting the reality here? That I have to go to my family. Maybe she is my mother. Maybe she is the reason why I am in this world. Maybe she is a source of my happiness. Maybe she was a source of my existence on earth. But to live in this world, I have to leave her as well. Understood? So, now standing at a distance from her. Understood? Now what is she doing? But soon put that thought away and looked out at the young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. But after the airport security check, standing a few years away, I looked again at her, when pale as a late winter snow, and felt that old familiar ache my childhood fear. Now, this is very nice to understand these lines. Now, I want to tell you, try to understand these lines. You know what? You have understood up to this, and now, but soon put that thought away. What thought? The thought of the childhood days. What was that? That thought means the thought that was making me feel unhappy. The thought that consisted of what? The best time I spent with my mother. The thought that actually consisted of the time that my mother gave me, understood, to rear me up. Understood? To bring me up, she might have done a lot of things. The best time of my life that she gave for me. Understood? The best time that I enjoyed with her. That mother, that very mother, that thought of separation, that thought of the best time I spent with her. Understood? That thought of feeling sorry for her, feeling unhappy for her. That very thought. Understood? The thought that was making me feel sad in the car. Understood? As she, out of sight. In English, there is a phrase called out of sight, out of mind. Now, what is she doing? She is going to be out of sight. Understood? As she left the car, she is going to go out of her mother's world. And she is entering her own world. What? The airport stands for what? It is an image of separation. As long as she was sitting very close to her, it means she was a part of her world. Understood? As soon as she left the car, she is away from her world. And where is she going? She is going to enter her own world. An airport, airport is an image. An airport stands for separation. Understood? Airport is going to separate the daughter from the mother inside the car. Understood? Now she is going to be out of her sight. As when she will be out of her sight, automatically she will be out of her mind. Do you understand? Actually, as long as somebody is within our view, understood, we feel sad for her. It automatically happens. When somebody is in front of me, I am bound to think about him, about her. Be she my mother or somebody else I love. Understood? But when I am out of the sight, automatically I will be bound to forget because of the hard realities of life. I have so many other things left to do. And if Kamala Das had a family to run, she will think of the family. If she has a professions or job to do, she will think of how to do that job. Do you understand? Now, what does this airport stand for? Hello. This is our image of separation. Do you understand? And what happens? So naturally, as soon as she left the car at the airport, she had to, what did she do? But soon put that thought away. What thought? The thought of her mother. Understood? Hello.
Hmm.
The thought of her mother away and looked out at the young trees. And she, what is she doing? She looked out at the young trees. Sprinting means leaving past. Clear? What do the young trees means? The trees that actually, if you are going by a car, what does it mean? It also shows that Kamala rode the car very fast, and the car understood as it sped up the state under state highways or road. Clear? All the trees went behind very fast or not? It means she rode the car very fast to reach the airport. Do you get it? Now, putting that thought out of her mind, what are the things she got to see? The things that she saw was the trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. The other thing that she saw was the merry children, the happy children, spilling out of their homes. They are going out of their homes in large numbers. Spilling means when something happens in abundance. Understood? You get it? Spilling. She looked at the merry children spilling out of their home. These are the things actually that now she has to think about. As long as she was with her mother actually made her think about her. She reminded her of the past time, past happiness, past life she spent with her mother. Now, as soon as she left the car and went out, she started looking at the young trees sprinting, the merry children spilling out of their homes. Understood? And now, spilling out of the home. But after the airport security check, here what happened? These are the things that happened before. What are these things? She looked out of the window. I'm just telling you, airport check, security check happens only after that. I don't know why you didn't fly, but you need to fly. Airport security check is very important. If you don't clear it, you will not be allowed to enter the aeroplane to fly to a country or to another state of India. Do you get it? What I'm telling you? Now, what it means to say, after the security check, what does it actually show that, all these things, seeing the trees sprinting, many children spilling out of their homes happened when she was inside the car. Understood? Actually, she sat with her mother beside her on the front seat, and her eyes, when her eyes fell on ailing mother, she thought about how she was, how she took care of her, how good time she spent with her, how good her mother was. Understood? The best time of her life. Understood? And now she feels sad looking at the reality of life when the people get old or get old, they sleep with their mouths slightly open. Understood? They doze. Clear? And she understood this one day this is going to happen to her as well. But at the same time, she had to put that thought away because she has so many other things to do. Understood? She has not come to this world only to think her time away thinking about her mother, to spend her time thinking about her old mother. Old age of her mother is the reality of life. Understood? She has to live with the old mother, ailing mother, at the same time other things to do. She has to put that thing away. If you are willing to live in this world, you have to look at the streets sprinting and merry children spilling out of their homes. You have to see those things as well. As life is a mixture of joy and sorrow. You have not come to this world to kill your time or to spend your time thinking about your ailing mother and her condition. Understood? You have so many other things to do. That's why she had to put that thought away to think about how she actually feel when her eyes fell on the trees sprinting, going behind very rapidly, and the merry children spilling out of their homes. Do you understand? So, another very important thing I want to tell you, but after the airport security check, it means, security has to check whether you have got airport or not, whether you have got the passport or not. Understood? Whether you have the important papers to fly. whether you have the tickets that you need to go to fly to another country or not. Understood? Whether you bought after this security checkup, what happened? You see, after the security check, standing at a few years, it means standing at a distance from her mother. After the security check at the airport, she had to stand at a distance from her mother. Like I told you, out of sight, out of mind. Understood? Now, as she is standing at a distance from her mother, what happened? Do you know? Can you hear?
Yes.
Sound is there. Good. Son standing at a distance, standing a few years away, I looked again at her, and she again, in between, she again had to look. Now, what is she doing? She was, hello, when she was sitting beside her, inside the car, on the front seat, she looked at her, observed her continuously very closely. Now, as she is at a distance from her, as she is standing at a distance from her, naturally, what will she do? She will have a last look. Understood? At her face. Do you get it what I am saying? Now, when she was looking at her, having a last look at her, what did she do actually? Standing a few years away, I looked again at her. Then she had to look at her again. What is this? Look again at her when pale as a late winter snow. It means she didn't think. Understood? She didn't reject. What? She says at her one, when means pale. Same what? Colorless, white. When, understood? When at her, when pale as a late winter snow. It means now how does she look? Now her mother looks like a winter snow. Hello, on a winter moon night. Understood? Now her mother looks like a pale rain moon. Understood? Her face is like that of a pale winter snow. Winter moon, what does moon stand for? For her, her mother was a source of beauty. What actually she wants to say that for her, her mother was like a moon. And moon is a symbol of beauty. Her mother used to be a beautiful woman. Now, due to her old age, her color has turned pale. Her face has turned pale. Do you understand? Now, as a late winter's moon, and felt that old familiar ache, my childhood fear. And now again, she began to feel that childhood ache. Familiar ache. Do you know what is familiar ache? The ache, the pain that we feel when our parents are away from us. The pain that we feel, the children feel when they do not see their parents very close to them. Do you understand? Suppose today you are a boy, okay? Tomorrow when you marry, when you will have babies, understood? When your babies will not see their mothers or you in front of them, they will cry. What is this? This is the familiar pain of separation from their parents. Ache means pain. This is a familiar means the pain of separation is familiar with them. The pain that is associated with absence of their parents. Understood? If they do not see their parents, they start crying. That familiar pain, the absence, the separation of their parents. The separation, the pain of separation that the children experience when they do not see their parents in front of them. Understood? That very pain came back to her to haunt at the back of her mind or to make her that familiar ache, my childhood fear. When I was a child, my childhood fear was that where are my parents went? Where are my parents gone? Where are my parents? I will ask if I live with my grandfather in a family, if I live in a joint family, I will tell my parents, Dad, grandmom, granddad, where is my mother? Granddad, grandmom, where is my father? These are the questions that the little children ask their grandmom, granddad. Why? They cannot stand the familiar pain or ache of separation from their parents. The children always want their parents to be around them. Understood? When they are babies. That very pain, that familiar ache, she started my childhood fear, that childhood pain of separation. That again came to haunt, came to make her, understood, feel sad. Again, that thing again started paining her, making her feel sad. If you just, she was looking, taking a last look. Hello, this happens with all of us. If you have left your car, hello, listen to me. If you have left your car, that now the poet is driving the car with her mother and came to the Cochin airport. After leaving the car at the Cochin airport, can the old lady drive the car? No. Maybe there was a driver, understood inside. Maybe she decided to drive the car on her own, reach the car, and she might have told the driver, now driver, before I leave, after the security check, you will start. I will have a last look at my mother's face, and after that, after the security check, airport security check, I will go, enter my plane and fly away. Until to fly to where I want to go. Do you understand? But as long as I am at the airport, after the security check, please start driving the car and take her back to my house, back to her house. Understood? But after the security check, she decided to have a last look at her ailing mother. Understood? And as soon as her eyes fell on her ailing mother again, when she was standing at a distance from her, then again she started feeling or began to feel what? That familiar pain. The pain of separation that she felt as a baby, as a child, as a girl, as a school-going girl, as a school-going child, as a college-going child, as a university-going child. Do you understand? That pain again came back to her, and she started experiencing that very familiar pain of separation for the last few minutes. Understood? Again. And you get it. And she also compared her mother's ailing face to that of an old, understood, that a late winter snow. Understood? To her, still her mother's face may be pale face, wan face, but it's to her, it is still a late winter snow. She is for her, she is like that of a late winter. Do you understand? That you see in the winter moon sky and winter moon night, winter nights, late winter moon nights. For her mother, ailing mother's face was like that of a moon in the late winter moon. Do you understand? Now, but all I see was, see you soon, Amma. But all I say, in reality also, in this world, we also do these things. What are these things? But all I say, but whatever I had left to say to my mother was parting words. Parting words were all I said was like, I will see you again. Understood? All I said was, see you soon, Amma. I will see you very soon again. All I did was, at that time, after all I said was, see you, Amma. See you again, mother. Amma stands for mother. All I did was, and she did some other, apart from saying something, she did something. What did she do? And all I did was smile, smile, and smile. Another very important thing is smile, smile, and smile. I want you, there is a song, Ghazal in Hindi. Just, I think, play, I will just tell you. This is going to put an end to your poem, and this is going to, give you a very clear idea about the reality of life. Full sound. Close. Sound.
मुस्कुरा रहे हो क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो क्या गम है जिसको छुपा रहे हो तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो
तुम इतना जो मुस्कुरा रहे हो. What does it mean? Behind every smile, there is pain. Behind every smile on every human face, there is a pain. Are you trying to hide the pain behind the smile on your face? So, in this world, every smile has a pain. Every smile on every beautiful face is a source of if you have experienced pain, the smile that you have on your face, that lit up your face, understood? That you are enjoying, understood? The time, the best time that you are enjoying to your heart's content, understood? And the good smile you got on your face is shows your absence from that bad period that you have experienced, the bad time that you got over. The bad time made you cry, and the best time makes you smile. And this is the source of your what? Happiness. Our smile is the source of our happiness. And there are so many faces that actually keep their sorrow hidden behind their smile. With this, I come to the end of this beautiful poem. If you think that you have enjoyed my poem to your heart's content, please don't think twice before giving me at least one like. Bye.